Well, good morning, my friends. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for joining us yet again. Here we are. We are moving around the youth room, or sometimes we're at home or wherever. We're on YouTube, is where we really are, right? I'm glad you guys are here in whatever form, fashion it is, whether it's Sunday or another day. That's okay too, you know? Jesus isn't just a Sunday sort of a thing, right? Anyway, couple of announcements as we're getting the ball rolling. The big one is Wednesdays. Obviously, Wednesdays are a thing. We do it every Wednesday. But keep in mind that for Thanksgiving, so that's in like 2 Wednesdays, we will not meet the day before Thanksgiving. So we are taking that Wednesday off for our Thanksgiving break. We will still be back on Sunday, so don't worry about that. Second thing is the Thanksgiving feast is coming up in just a few weeks on the 21st. So keep that in mind. If you are around, we would love to have you. And third, Christmas party is right around the corner. So I believe it's going to be the second weekend of December. So still about a month away, but keep that in mind. Christmas party is on the horizon. All right, my friends, let's play a game. All right, we are going to do a round of caption contest. So if you are unfamiliar with this one's a little bit different. So this one, I'm going to show you some very famous memes without the meme on it. And it's up to you to decide what you think the meme should be. So here we go. The first one is Acha! Now, if you are familiar with this, which you are probably not, this is Bear Grylls, and his thing is improvise, adapt, overcome. That's his, thing, I guess. I don't really watch Bear Grylls, but so that's not really a meme if you just say improvise, adapt, and overcome, but it's more those things of what would he be telling you to improvise, adapt, overcome. What do you think? All right, here's the one that I found kind of a cheat because I found Anakin Skywalker, when you get set on fire and lose your arms and legs and an arm, but you're still alive. Right? So that is the first one. All right, now we've got classic, slightly inappropriate, baby with a beer. Baby with a beer, looking a little on the drunk side. What is baby with a beer thinking about? What would they say? What do you think? All right, the favorite one that I found was, so then I said, no, this little piggy's going to the bar. Yes, yes. Alcohol is bad, my friends. But for babies, it's funny. Okay, so now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this one. This is Dirty Dancing. There's a very awkward scene where they're carrying watermelons. So keeping it clean, right? What do you think the meme attached to this photo would be? All right, here's the one that I got. Hey, I just met you and this is crazy, but here's a melon, so call me baby. Come on! Oh, that's a good one. The famous cat looking through a ceiling tile. To be honest, there's not many other than just someone is watching you is usually the thing. But something like that. What would be a good meme, you guys think? All right, the one that I found was ceiling cat sees you looking at cat memes. But they left out at, so that makes it a little, oh well, oh well. All right, let's see. Pooh Bear! Pooh Bear reading a note. What is this one? This one is quite commonly used for a lot of things that confuse us. So what is Pooh Bear thinking right here? I found my parents when I show them a meme. It's true. It's true. My parents, when I try and say what a meme is, they give me that look. So, all right. This one of the most famous crying faces. This is Dawson from Dawson's Creek. Is his name Dawson? I think it is. But so anyway, the ugly cry. What would this meme be? Here's the one that I got, which you guys maybe are too young for. Someone's on the phone. I can't use the internet. Oh, back in the days of dial-up when I was in high school, my friends. There we go. Okay, couple more. How about one of my favorites, the evil baby meme? What is this baby thinking? Not what is he thinking, but what is a quality meme that you could put along with this fellow? I found this one. I will do everything opposite of what you say. That's pretty accurate to what he's thinking and what my children do. So, there we go. Okay, two more. Michael Jordan crying. Another sad crying. It's sad that we make fun of people when they're crying, but it was very memorable, and that red background really makes it pop. So, all right. Why is Michael Jordan crying, or what's a meme that you could go along with this one? I like this one. I just want to thank y'all for buying the same shoes over and over again. All right, two more. How about surprised baby face? There's a lot of these. So what is surprised baby face? I like this one. If olive oil is made out of olives, then baby oil is... Oh, he'd maybe be a little more scared, but that might fit better with a scared baby face. But nonetheless. All right, last one. Classic. Thanos in Thor, or with Thor in Infinity War. What do you do with this one? My favorite was this one. After you can snap your fingers after you eat your peas. His mouth is just so wide. He's got to put something in it, right? Right? Yep. All right, my friends, there we go. That was our caption contest. Thank you for playing, and off we go. So I found that video on YouTube. It was called The Art of Laziness. So I don't know what exactly they were trying to say there, but I don't know about you guys, I definitely resonated. In fact, all this week, I kind of felt that way. Where, especially on Monday, Monday's my day off, so I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do, and I'm going to be working on my bike, and I'm working on the cars, and there's stuff to do around home, and there's all of this sort of stuff. And I was just kind of I just don't feel, it's too much work. I don't feel like it. But I was like, well, so then should I just play games on my phone? That doesn't sound all that exciting. What about watching something on TV? There's not really anything I want to watch. How about playing a video game? No thanks. It was just this blah, where, I just didn't want to do anything. I don't know. Have you guys ever felt that way? I mean, for you, now don't get me wrong, in middle school, you probably don't have the choices that I do, right? If you feel I just don't feel like going to school, it's kind of well, too bad. You're going to go to school. I don't feel like doing chores today, Mom. Well, I guess that sucks to be you then, huh? You guys don't have as much choice in the matter. And to be honest, sometimes I don't either, right? Where it's well, I don't really feel like doing a Sunday. It's well, that's literally my job, is to do, part of my job is to do Sundays. So there's some of that, but I mean, the big thing is would you really consider that a sin? Laziness, I mean, I don't know, that sounds excessive, but I certainly wouldn't call it stealing, right? I mean, there's this thing called time theft. And I don't know. It doesn't seem like just being lazy or feeling blah is stealing. I don't know. That doesn't seem to make much sense to me. But what we're looking at today is interesting because it's Ephesians 4. And in Ephesians 4, he says this. He says, anyone who has been stealing must steal no longer, but must work, doing something useful with their own hands, that they may have something to share with those in need. So, I mean, most of that sounds like a no-duh, right? Stealing equals bad. Right? Probably nothing notable there. I mean, yeah, we could talk about some of the yeah buts, like, yeah, but what about a pencil or a paperclip? Or, we take a couple of extra tissues home from school, or we take an extra couple of ketchup packets from In and Out when we go and buy. Like, nah, is that really stealing or little white lies kind of a thing? I don't know. We could talk about that, but for me, I'm way more interested in this second part, right? Where he says, must not steal no longer, but must work, doing something useful with their own hands. And I mean, honestly, that's kind of a challenge for a lot of, especially conservative people, Christians, that hear that and then they think about things like welfare, about the government giving people, poor people, money. And the fear is, it seems like there's almost this like fear of laziness, where it's just like welfare or charity or handouts somehow enables laziness, which I think is really interesting that we focus on that part instead of that last part, right? With the work of your hands, so that they may have something to share with those in need. Where that it's fascinating. So it's not really about laziness, or I would say it's not even about stealing, but once you get into that, it's about generosity, right? It's about giving. And to me, what that verse does is that reframes the entire sentence into really being about selfishness. So, I mean, think about it. What is stealing? Stealing is taking something that is not mine. Why? Well, because I believe that I need it or I want it. So I'm going to take it. That's why I would steal something. Again, if we use like ketchup packets or we use something along those lines, or we use like, someone's computer or a car or something major like that, ultimately I'm thinking about myself. I'm thinking about my needs. Am I really thinking about the person that I'm stealing from? Probably not. I mean, maybe I justify it by saying, like, well, they'll never miss it, or they don't need it, or maybe even like, I just need it more. But the reality is, I'm thinking about myself. So again, this verse, though, flips that, where it says, like, so yes, stealing is maybe the picture that we're looking at here, but that selfishness, that reason, like wanting it for me, it's flipping that, and instead, work is giving you something that you can give away. So work could still be selfish, right? I'm going to work so I have more stuff for me. But this verse says, no, 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 no. Flip that whole thing. So the reason not to be lazy, the reason not to steal, is so that we can give stuff away freely. It's about generosity as being the opposite of selfishness. So, what does that look like? How do we practice that? Well, that's what I want us to discuss. So, we're going to take our couple of minutes right now, sit with these questions. Again, if you have somebody nearby that wants to discuss it, this is awesome. Put it on pause or whatever. Talk about it. Otherwise, just sit with these questions for a little bit. All right, welcome back. I hope you guys were able to, sit with that for a little bit, and now we can continue to sit in that as we worship. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing a song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, and worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. You're rich in love and You're slow to anger. Your name is great and Your heart is kind. For all Your goodness I will keep on singing. 10,000 reasons for my heart to find. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, and worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. And on that day when my strength is failing, the end draws near and my time has come, still my soul will sing Your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. So bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, and worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, worship Your holy name. I'll worship Your holy name. All right, my friends. Well, I hope you were able to sit with that a little bit, let that resonate around, because I don't know about you guys, but when I first started looking into this, do not steal, easy one, right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I have taken things in my life that didn't belong to me, and I knew it was wrong, and I did it anyway. So if the advice here is just don't do that, okay, that's an easy one. But if this is really talking about selfishness and giving to others, ooh, that's a little bit different, you know? Thinking about how can I be selfless? How can I view my work, my effort as selfless? Even thinking about when I'm not working, when I'm not producing, that's a selfish act. Changes things a little bit. And even when thinking about giving, like I was thinking about my family gave to cerebral palsy was a big one, that they would come and they would pick up clothes and we would leave it on the doorstep and they would pick it up and stuff like that. But the reality is the clothes that we gave them were the clothes we didn't wear anymore. You know, the ones that maybe didn't have holes and were gross, but just we had grown out of, we just had no use for them anymore. So they were, stuff we didn't need, stuff we didn't use. But on the other hand, what if we were going to give something that we did need? Something that we did, what if it was giving that was actually going to cost me something? That's kind of a different thing. I don't tell this story very often because it makes me nervous about being too prideful or anything. But one year, when I was first a Christian, around Christmas time, I had that thought of like, what if I gave something that mattered, that cost me something? So I went through my closet and I found all of my favorite shirts. And I've got a lot of shirts, and that might sound silly, but I had like a couple of football jerseys, like of my favorite players. I had my favorite like I don't know, the shirt that I thought looked the best. I had stuff like that. And I said, okay, what would it feel like to give these away? My favorite clothes. And to be honest, there was a part of me that was like, oh, this is really gonna, like, I'm gonna regret this and stuff like that. So one Christmas I did. I wrapped them all up and I went out to like a park where there was a bunch of homeless people there and I handed them out. And you know what? I have never once regretted that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, one of my favorite, like Doug Flutie is one of my favorite football players, and I had a Doug Flutie jersey that I gave away, and I've never found another one. So that's kind of a bummer, but do I regret giving it away? I don't. And it's that interesting thing that it's like, it's something about giving that is powerful. Something about giving to others, thinking about others instead of yourself, that I think is how we're wired. And it's not easy because it's not what we're taught to do. I mean, not by our parents, but, by our society. But changing that, I think, is what Jesus is after. And when we're talking about holiness, being different, being other, generosity is a huge way that we can be different than the world around us. Let's pray. Jesus, thank you for this time. Man, thank you for the gift of generosity. More than anything, thank you for your generosity, how generous you are to give to us when we don't deserve it. Thinking about other people instead of yourself was kind of your MO. Help us be those kind of people. We do want to be. We see that as an exciting goal, but man, it seems far off and difficult. So help us be those kind of people, grow into those kind of people, see the ways that we can be more and more and more generous. We love you and we thank you, and it's in your name we pray. Amen. All right, my friends, have a great Sunday.